Hello everybody, this is quixQuery here, and today we are back to play some more Hermit Pack on the Hermitcraft server, and we are here at our base, and some things have happened since the last episode with Avnior. Not some prankish material, some prankish stuff, but while not actually being pranks. So we will cut to that right now. What on earth is all of this? There's a witch down there, and there's a massive trail of redstone leading to absolutely nowhere, apparently. Oh, wow! Get out of here, witch! Oh, man. Okay. So we got a trail of redstone leading, well, right here we got a pirate flag. X marks the spot. And we got a skull and crossbones right here. Here be a gift. The Brotherhood. Thanks for your service. Wow. Oh, man! Look at all that stuff. My goodness. Okay, well, thank you to the Brotherhood. I believe C4 was responsible for this. I gave him the location of a mesa biome. And so with my mesa biome crystal and a biome radar up here, in case you didn't know, it's super simple to do. It just takes a little while to search through stuff. But once you have the stuff, you have the location for that biome, and so, yeah, pretty simple. But I had stumbled across a mesa biome crystal in a dungeon loot chest, and so I gave him the coordinates of it, and so now I have a... X marks the spot. Here be a gift. That's super cool. Well, thank you. That is... I'm very happy about that. But in addition to the Brotherhood shenanigans that are going on, we also, I bought some iron from Avnior, and he has delivered it here. Top secret, though, he has an iron farm, and so that's how he has all this iron to sell. But yeah, anyway, there were 16 redstone per stack, and so his iron farm is pretty good, so I mean this should be enough to hold us over for quite some time. But we're going to take some of these coal blocks and put them in here because that'll just get that started running and all that stuff. Got some more red orchids down, but I have been looking at what is necessary to create biodiesel for our diesel generator right in here, and we need a bit more stuff. And so if we look up biodiesel, we can see that we need ethanol in addition to our plant oil in our refinery right here. And so if we look up ethanol, we need an industrial fermenter, which and some what's it called? Some reliable source of a plant, one of these 4 items: apple, potato, sugarcane, or melon, to produce this. And so probably the easiest one of these to automate would be the sugarcane or the melon. And so what we're going to do is, I think we're going to make a sugarcane field right in this lake right here. And that is, and we're going to use some more of these long-range breakers from Actual Editions, which will require a little bit more power. I've been thinking about this base, and what on earth its story is. Like, why did people settle here and start industrializing and stuff like that? This little, I'm not sure whether to call it a valley or just a low part of the area. And I was thinking, well, there's water right here, and so maybe the people that settled here and made it all like industrial and stuff like that, wanted to settle here because there was marshy land around here that they could use to grow their crops like sugarcane and stuff like that. And so what we're going to do is probably transform a lot of this area right here, along with maybe some out around here and stuff like that, to marshland and stuff like that, so we can grow crops like sugarcane and other stuff like that. And so it'll look like that our industrial hemp and stuff over here requires a lot of water to keep growing and stuff like that. So this is what I'm thinking of right now. We have this little pond right here. You can see I've filled it in so that it is shallower, which kind of tends more towards the marsh thing. But I've been thinking, like, okay, there's like, normally you wouldn't really want to build next to a marsh, because the foundation and stuff wouldn't be sturdy enough, and so you have to make sure that you have like pilings and all that other stuff underneath it in order to make sure that everything is right. But this was like some weird anomaly of nature, and so the mountain ended up right next to a marsh. And so instead of like eroding away, this is like almost like a freshly formed marsh. It's like the land has been flooded. I'm just kind of like brainstorming through this as I'm like thinking about what the story could be. And so another idea could be that the reason this area has flooded is because so I'm thinking that like the people that we're talking about here that have industrialized this area are dwarves. And so the dwarves, we're just going to call them for now, have built a dam to harvest some of the electric power from it. And so in the process of doing so, they've also flooded a big chunk of land, this entire valley right here, as well as a little bit more. And so I'm thinking that but then the question would be, where does the water go afterward? Like, where on earth would the water go from a dam, given that it's at this level? And so there could be, say, some sort of a massive... Okay, so I've got it. The thought is that the dam, which I'm thinking might end up... I don't know where it's going to be yet. It might be, like, somewhere in this area, and we might like deepen it up and a lot of other stuff, but the dam is preventing water from flowing into this massive chasm. Now, you'd normally think that chasms fill up, right? But what's happened in this chasm is very, very special. This chasm is like almost entirely like filled with salt, and the reason being is because what's happening is all this water is like speed evaporating. And how that's happening, I haven't quite figured out. I have a couple of ideas yet. You can let me know down in the comments if you do have an idea. I would love to hear them. But the speed evaporation would have been caused by, say, some sort of an electric heater, or a magical heater, or maybe some sort of like a time warpage device that makes it so that or maybe like a magnifying glass per se, like so that some sort of like, so that would make it so that it's some sort of like a greenhouse, and some weird greenhouse. Ooh, I actually really like that. A techno, like, greenhouse thing that, like, instantly evaporates all the water. Okay, maybe not instantly, but it evaporates all the water that ends up being put into it. And so they're able to, like, harvest salt and stuff from this, and salt from it when they clean it out. And they're also able to... And so that they're also able to harvest the flow of water downward into it. And so they're contributing to the whole cycle. And so it actually It actually likes to rain around here a little more than it does normally because they are using this instant evaporation process over here. And so that is just something we're going to have to look at building in the future, a dam or something in this area, so that it like holds the water back and then sends it into like a greenhouse of sorts that instantly evaporates the water because it's so hot. They have many heat sources and stuff in there, but not like boiling the water per se, just like evaporating it up into the air. So we'll just have to see how that works. See, and now while that doesn't actually like make sense in the long run, like, you know, if you think about it, stuff like that couldn't happen in the real world, because that's like perpetual motion or something like that, and that's actually impossible, and yeah, because of friction and all these other factors and stuff like that. Because we're going with a steampunk theme, the technology behind it just has to have a basic sort of sense about it. Like, it doesn't have to like make complete and total sense scientifically. It just has to make a vague sort of sense, like, oh, hey, that's kind of cool looking, like, you know, oh, that's what it does, and that's, you know, stuff like that. So we are lucky that we are going with the steampunk theme, because that's steampunk industrial theme, because that sort of theme does not require as much of the making sense scientifically behind it. No, but that can also be another reason why they use treated wood so much in all of their builds, is because they need their wood to be treated or else it'll rot because of the water that it will end up being exposed to. Not only because of the rain that comes down from the sky, but because they're settling kind of right in the area around where they built the dam. And so, yeah, that is part of the reason why we're using treated wood so much then. So, as much as I want to get into diesel fuel next, I don't think we are, because I don't want to make the other machines yet. But what I do think would be a good idea to start on, because we do need more power. We definitely need more power. Oh yeah, by the way, these floodlights from Immersive Engineering, no idea how they work. I know how to do stuff with, like, to rotate this stuff and all that, but when I try and activate them with a lever, so that they will turn on, because they do require a redstone signal. If I say like put a lever on it and then try and power it, nothing happens, and so we're kind of at a loss there as far as what to do, because it is right next to the power. It might need to be hooked up by one of those connectors though, so that's could end up being a problem, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. But for the moment, what we're going to look at is the water mills from the Immersive Engineering mod. And so we're sticking with Immersive Engineering still, but we're going to end up putting water mills in the dam that we build over here. And so let us figure out what on earth is required to make a water wheel? Aha, water wheel. Okay, so it needs 1 steel ingot per water wheel, and we want at least 3 of those. And, okay, so that's just some treated wood. That's not bad at all. But, I'm just going to say right now, it is a pain to craft individual bits and pieces and stuff of the treated wood. And so what we're going to do is set up some simple auto crafting right here with the item conduits, and we want to put one right there in the middle, and we need a Yeta wrench from Ender.io. Aha, there we go. Okay, so what we want happening, let's clear out some space right here so that we can see everything that's going on. We want a bucket going back and forth between these, and now you can see that when we put a bucket in the in slot right there, it comes in the out slot with a creosote oil bucket. And if we put it in the in slot with creosote oil, it'll put it in the thing and give us the bucket back, right? So what we want to do is we want this thing to You know what, let's actually extract with this one. Always active, and insert with this one, and then extract out of this one and insert with this one. Okay, now if we put a bucket in there, okay, that got put into there. Is it going to extract out the bucket? No, it's not. Okay, that's fine. Now, what we need is some wood so we can set the recipe in that crafter. Aha, okay. So what we want is this recipe right here to be those around in a circle and creosote oil bucket in the middle. And we want that to be stored externally, all items, and we want, let's remember the current layout so that then we can just put wood wherever we want in here. And so what we now want to do is put wood in there, push apply, and then if we provide this with power now, we'll just take that and put that up there. It should. Hold up. If that goes in the out slot. Okay. Whoa, why is it going back in there? Hold up. Oh, I know what's happening. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to whitelist, we need to add some item filters to this extractor right here, and to this extractor right here, because what's happening is that it's pulling the treated wood out of this slot right here, putting it into our quantum tank, and if we put it in there, we can see that happening. And that's like no good. That doesn't do anything for us. And then the one down here is extracting that treated wood and then putting it back in the crafter. That's why the treated wood is all going back up there. And that's why our buckets ended up there too, is because it just got pulled out before it could even get filled up by the quantum tank right there. Aha! Filters have been applied. And so we have right here, maybe, there we are. Okay. A basic item filter with an empty bucket in it, and that is whitelisted. And in here, out the bottom, we have an extraction thing, and we only want to extract creosote oil buckets. They're full with creosote oil, and so now, if we put this in there, everything should go just fine, and make all of our stuff into stuff right there, and then have our creosote oil bucket back there, so that when we put in wood next time, that we will have enough, what's it called? Enough, it'll be all ready for our wood. And so now we have a stack of treated planks, super simple, super quick, that's totally worth it, and all we needed was a little bit of power for that. Aha! 3 water wheels made up. Pretty simple, the recipes are. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put this kinetic dynamo right here, and this is the same thing we used to attach the windmill up there to. And so we're going to put, I think we can attach up to 3 of these on a single kinetic dynamo. Awesome, very cool. And now all we should need to do is get a bucket and run water down one of the sides and along the bottom there. And that should hopefully give us as much power as we possibly can from this one water wheel. Okay, so for the moment of truth, did I do this right? Let's put this thing right there, and okay, it flows over the, okay, it's going, it's just not going very fast, and I think that I need to change these blocks up as well. Let me fix this real quick. Aha, okay, here we go. Let's see how on earth this is going to end up working. And it looks like things are going well. The water wheel is turning, that's for sure. Good things are that's good, that's a very good sign. Okay, now how much power is this getting us? I do not know, let's see. Ooh, 54 RF per tick, not too shabby, not too shabby. Okay, so that's the center block. I think if we were to like put it so that it ran down over this way, we could even get like 55 RF per tick as well. But you know, I might experiment around with this for a little bit, see what we can do as far as a water wheel goes. But eventually this will be inside of our... But eventually this water wheel, along with a couple of other water wheels for that matter, will be inside of our dam. And we'll have them all working and generating power and all that stuff, fancy stuff. And it'll be super cool, but for the moment, that is all we can do as far as a water wheel goes. But to finish this episode off, I'm going to spend a little bit of time over by our little base over here. And as you can see, I've done some chisel and bitting, and we've gotten the post office lettering and all that stuff, including a little mail logo that's swooshing or whatever on the side. You know, it's a post office for sure. But we're going to spend a little bit of time over here refining it and getting some stuff down. And so what I want to do, I want to use some treated wood planks with ipewood. And now ipewood is what we've been breeding on our trees over there. And so since we didn't need the bees at all, Avnior just said that I could keep them for the moment. And if he needed them at some point, I could give him some things to help get started. But this is what we're doing over here. We're trying to breed ipe, and we got teak leaves and dark oak leaves and stuff, and we got a bunch of different bees all in their apiaries right here to hopefully increase the chances of getting a pollinated leaf. And so we just essentially just wait until we see a pollinated leaf, harvest it with a grafter, and hope that it's an ipe sapling. And we need 4 ipe saplings in order to actually grow an ipe tree, to the best of my knowledge. But I honestly have no idea what I want to do for the roof or for this log right here. I do think that the spruce will go well with this if we look, not throw on the ground. If we look at the treated wood next to our spruce platforms right there, it's not too bad. And getting rid of the oak helps that situation even more. This kind of goes very well with the dark brown theme. And these treated wood planks had kind of a reddish tint to them. And I think that the ipewood goes very well with the treated wood texture. At least I tried it out in a creative world, and it looked good at the time. And so we'll just have to see how that works out. But we also, the main thing I want to do right now is switch out some of these cobblestone things right here for chiseled cobblestone. And so I brought my chisel along, and we're going to get some alternative cobblestone textures and mix them in with this. Maybe some small disordered tiles, particularly some cracked cobblestone, and things like that. Aha, it is getting there. I'm not sure what I think of some of the cobblestone textures that we mixed in, but we've added the, what's it called up here, the treated wood as part of our house. And we'll just have to see how this turns out. Might end up getting rid of some of the cobblestone textures because they just are like, I don't know. But someone came in and added stairs and a cobblestone wall and a bunch of other stuff, and I really like that. It looks really good. The only thing I do want to replace is this one right there because we have dirt behind it, you know, whatever. Yeah, we'll figure stuff out. But yeah, stuff is looking really nice. I'm really liking the stairs, what they are doing for the whole build, and the platforms as well. They're looking real nice. And once we get a proper roof and a log and stuff hanging out, then I think things will really start to come together. And then the ipe will just be the cherry on top, because it'll be mixed in with this treated wood. And so that'll be pretty neat to see. But that is all I have today for this episode. I know it was a little bit different. We talked a lot about what our base over here is supposed to be about and stuff like that. what the story behind it is, and I know that sounds kind of weird to some of you, but I'm pretty sure that it makes builds look better. Pretty sure, you know. Correct me if I'm wrong if you have an argument against it or whatever. But that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.